very prestigious Naga artist. Mr. Temsüyanger Longkumer's family hails from Merangkong village in Mokokchung district. However, he was born in Lapa village in Mon district, where he spent his early days. On finishing school in Dimapur, he left Nagaland to pursue art education from Government College of Arts and Craft, Guwahati, then on to the Faculty of Fine Arts, Baroda, and then he went on to the Royal College of Art in UK. He is an interdisciplinary artist based in London right now. Mr. Temsüyanger explores a diverse range of mediums and traditions, sculpture, including drawing, installations, printmaking, sculpture, and time-based art. His work delves into contemporary and political shifts, as well as serendipitously conceived ideas. Temsüyanger's thematic fluidity across diverse materials reflects his joy in exploration and his approach to making the moment. Tems's work has been widely exhibited, featuring prominently at prestigious events such as the Venice International Film Festival, Kochi Biennale, and Singapore Biennale. His pieces have also been hosted at notable institutions, including the Museum der Kulturen in Switzerland, the India International Center, New Delhi, Pitt Rivers Museum in Oxford, and the Horniman Museum in London, where one of his sculptures, titled Tattooed Memory, resides in their permanent collection. Recognized with multi-international awards and scholarships, Temsüyanger has undertaken residencies at esteemed institutions, including the Fondazione Pistoletto in Italy, Lalit Kala Academy in India, Pepperton UK in London, and SIT International des Arts in Paris. Since 2022 till the present, he is working as the head of department printmaking at the Art Academy London. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before I begin to sound like an empty gong and a clanging cymbal, please join me in welcoming to the podium the internationally renowned Naga artist, Mr. Temsüyanger.
Thank you so much, Madam Commissioner Secretary, for your very warm welcome. Sorry, I've lost my voice a bit, so I'll be coughing quite often. I've been wanting to do this session, sharing time with fellow artists and art lovers in Nagaland for a very long time, and I'm genuinely so very pleased to see you all, and thank you all for coming. Thank you also to Director of Art and Culture, like she said, because it's been a while since I used to do events in Nagaland called, very small scale events called Art Picnic, and I think I did like twice in Dimapur and once in Kohima, where I tried to call artists and art lovers to gather in one place and have a little chit-chat session. But that was, I think, about 5 years ago, and since then I haven't been able to continue with it, partly due to COVID. So, and it's been on my mind for a long time, and yeah, this year, about I think 2 months ago, I thought maybe I should just reach out to Art and Culture Department, and I wrote her an email and she very, very positively responded, and thank you so much for letting this happen. I really appreciate it. Also, thank you to Deputy Director Fakino, who has been instrumental in sorting out all the logistics. Lanu as well, who has been helping, who helped through the initial communication. All the technicians, without you, we can't have events like this. And most of all, especially students like you as well, and all the friends, especially the online friends who I haven't met physically, and I'm sure you all are there, and I really appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. Okay, Superstars. I call this series Superstars, and I call it Portraits of Special People I met, rather. So, yeah, the first one's for the Rhapsodist. So all of them belongs to someone I know, basically. There's more, but I've just chosen 5 of them here. Now, it's a strange, weird name, I know, and I have no logical explanation why I call it that. I suppose I must have been on something at that time, but one evening, it really appeared to be like Jesus, the face of Jesus. So I just thought, you know what, I'm going to call it Jesus of Nazareth. Well, I'm sure we have many artists in our gathering today. Being an artist is not an easy path, nor is it a comfortable career choice. Despite the uncertainties, we pursue this journey because the creative urge is just simply irresistible. As we move forward, it's crucial to stay genuine and truthful, for the marks we make today will be judged by time. Creativity is a powerful tool and carries responsibilities. Each and every one of us here is an artist in our own way. Painting, we are all painting our personal landscapes and composing our own songs. The colors we choose and the melodies we create will resonate for generations to come. Let's ensure that our art comes from the heart. We must work together, regardless of where we are or what we do. Whether politicians or pastors, national workers or manual laborers, singers or painters, we have faced many reprehensible and disgraceful acts in the past, and they continue to affect us. Now we find ourselves at a critical juncture, worn out by the harassment and betrayal from those close to us. We are all tired. We are all tired of being deceived and used. But despite everything, I believe there are still many among us who hold on to the principles and values passed down to us. As a young community in a rapidly changing world, challenges are inevitable because they are also how we learn. While some communities flourish after trials, others remain trapped in cycles of poverty and suffering, often due to the choices they make. Living in a democracy, we must recognize that we get what we ask for. So let's ask for what is good. We are a resilient people, strong in both will and grace. We must learn to love ourselves more and fight for the respect we deserve. My generation's childhood was taken away from us by the situation created by my elders, and I am sometimes bitter about it. To my younger generations, brothers and sisters, I apologize that we allowed your youth to be taken away too. Times are changing quickly. We are at a crucial point in time where we must choose whether to keep on in the same hamster wheel, repeating the cycle again and again, or break free and create a fairer, freer society. It may sound harsh, but if we choose to stay in a cage, that's what we merit. But if we choose to move forward, I am confident we can build something extraordinary, a home like no other.
Hi, my name is Yatin Batra and I am from Delhi. I am a PhD candidate at the University of Delhi and here I am associated with the Highland Institute as a research fellow. So first of all, I would like to thank you for the enriching session you gave today. So my question is, there are a lot of students who aspire to become an architect, but not all of them get an opportunity to get to an art school, or maybe they everyone cannot afford it. So people try to experiment with different kind of techniques on their own without any formal training. It is good that they are trying to experiment on their own because art cannot be learned um, in foundations, and but in a way I think they could feel a sense of lack of guidance somewhere because they are without a teacher, not learning under a shadow of a teacher. So what are your thoughts on becoming a self-taught artist, and how can an art aspirant begin his journey in the field of art without any institutional support? Thank you.
Very big question there. Yes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with, trying to become an artist without formal education. Some of the most brilliant artists in history, they taught themselves. And because at the end of the day, the true art, you cannot teach true art. It comes from you. It comes from within. You can teach technique. You can teach processes. You can teach mediums. But the true art comes from within you. And there's also that where it might be within you, but you might not be utilizing it. You might be getting distracted by commercial means, by many other means, by what people think, by you know, by the criticisms you get, many things. But true art is when you stick to your genuine feelings, to your genuine impulse, and try to externalize it. And in terms of the lack of support, yes. I mean, in terms of Nagaland, we are still quite a young state, or young in terms of when it comes to art. Not when I say young, I don't mean in terms of art, but as in art as an institution. I mean, even during my days, when I joined college, I didn't know there was colleges in art. I joined science college, and Mr. Nudi, I think I took advice from him. Like, someone suggested me to go and meet him because I was known for getting punished and getting, like, yeah, even kicked out at some point. Yeah, because I was always just drawing, and for me, because I thought, like, art is just something, like, I started associating it with negatively because everyone was against me in a way in school. And also, yeah, that's where I was going to go. Like, I didn't know that there were colleges where you can study art. Had I known, maybe I would have worked harder. But yeah, okay, going back to my story, I joined science college. I didn't even attend one class because after joining, I met someone from the art and culture, and he said like, because someone suggested me to go and meet him because he knew that I was getting into trouble all the time because of art. So I went to him and he said, you know that there are also schools and colleges where you can study art. And that was the first time I was hearing. And that's after finishing class 10. And immediately I started looking for art college. So I never ended up going to science college. So that's one example where we are still very much lacking behind in terms of information, and so especially in Nagaland, and it's really surprising and almost disgraceful that we have so much talent, we have so much art in our culture, and we can't afford to have an art college. There's so much revenue associated to art and culture, but unfortunately, we are not recognizing that. We are pushing more towards other things that's totally. Sometimes it's easier to do things that you are good at rather than trying to, rather than trying to enact something. And of course, we have to try and expand to other fields as well, but we shouldn't ignore what we are good at. And yes, in terms of how you can develop as a self-taught artist, nowadays there's so many workshops or so many organizations that promote art, and they don't require you don't need an MA or BA to be part of those institutions or to be part of those workshops and things. And of course, with the internet now, everyone has access to everything. So that's one way to go. And what I would also strongly recommend is like art residencies. Go and explore. Like especially, and this is especially for artists now. Good, develop your practice here, but also be open to go out and see what other people are doing. Because at the moment, yes, we are known for our culture, for our rich practices, art, craft practices, which was designed, composed, and done by our forefathers generations ago, right? And we are still capitalizing on them. What is our contribution? We have to leave our own mark. Okay, they've done it. They've created this wonderful art and craft and culture. Okay, let's follow it, but at the same time, let's leave our own mark as well. Let's create our own narrative. Let's create our own pictures, our own story for, so that the future generations, because, okay, history is good, to repeat it's okay too, but at the same time, it's good to have new things coming in as well. But in terms of, self-taught artists developing, strongly recommend checking out like workshops, art residencies. They usually have like in short-term residencies, 2-3 months thing. And online, there's so many online communities. Join them, be open, and you have equal information, access to information that as me, because even though I'm living in London, I'm a bit lazy with the internet anyway, but everything is out there. Sometimes people ask for information. Of course, not everything, but a lot of useful information are out there. In fact, I'm going to be starting a residency. That's why I've been coming back, trying to come back. In fact, the last 10-15 days I've been slogging away in my bunny kitty. I'm starting a residency based on permaculture and art. So emphasizing on art as well as on nature, on sustainable living. agriculture. So hopefully, I'm thinking of doing some events starting next year. So I'm busy. I'm trying to finish the construction at the moment. So, and everyone is welcome once it starts. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Temsüyanger. I wanted to know how you discovered your mode of expression and have you compromised how you express yourself just because of how art is perceived and processed by people in, due to their backgrounds?
I would be lying if I say I didn't or I don't. I do. Because, you know, you have, especially coming from another background, it's a wild west, wild world out there. And as a strange person from a strange land, especially in the West, it's like, because there's so many things that you don't fit into, especially of my upbringing, and because they are trained in a totally different way, and whereas I was trained in a very, very traditional way. And also the way of thinking as well. So, but instead of, I would say, that's why I tend to work in many different mediums and many different themes, because I don't want to, especially with the Naga things, because it's always there in the background. So and in a way, I think it's a kind of a disability with me where I can't stick to one thing for a long time. I tend to, like, I do something, and once I think I've reached a certain point, I want to move on, because I think, at least for me anyway, life is too short. There's so much to explore. And sometimes, again, like in saying that, sometimes when you change medium, it makes you think in a different way. It changes your thought process as well. So changing medium is good, changing topic is good as well. So yes, maybe sometimes I might have worked on more European-centric subjects and things. But at the same time, I don't see that as in a negative way, because I've lived there for over 20 years now. And I like very much painting the present as well. And I would be lying if I just keep on going back and doing things from the past. So, yes. Yes, I do float around with many different topics, subjects and mediums. Did I answer your question at all? Sort of.
Hello, my name is Lito Kachimi. I am a visual artist. I did my professional diploma in painting from Delhi College of Art. So during my stay in Delhi, I have met several well-known artists, and I have had a conversation with them. And through that, I've been told several times that as an artist, I take commissions. Okay, I paint for people. So I've been told several times that doing commission for people only devalues your painting, your art. So please share your thoughts on that. Can you please do that?
Right.
Thank you.
It's absolutely fine. Working commission is absolutely fine, as long as you are not putting more focus into it. Come on, you have to make living. You have to earn money to live. People can't expect artists to just, where's the food going to come from? So of course you have to do commission. But the matter is how much emphasis you're giving on commission and how much on your work. Yeah. The fact, that's what I was telling these guys as well. Like, to get commission in art, that's already a very good position to be. To earn money to do art by doing art. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong. People do bartending jobs and all sorts of things. which is nothing wrong with that. But ideally, it would be nice if it's something related to art. So if you're getting commissioned to do art, that's perfect, that's fine. But the main thing is how to keep your balance. That's the important thing. Yeah. Because sometimes it can happen as when the money is coming, it's difficult, you get distracted. So, but yeah, the tricky part is where to say stop, where to say put a stop to it, and focus on your own practice.
Good evening, sir. My name is Shijo from Education Department. My question will be a bit silly, but just a point of view. Want to know more from you. That is, like you say, you are working for our culture along with, as you are doing your great work and getting it recognized by the foreign countries, like you say. What is your scope and what is your goal towards your work? Yeah, I just want to know more.
What is my goal towards?
Your work, your art, yes.
Yeah, the goal ideally would be to do nothing and just do art all the time. Yeah, that would be a dream. I still can't afford it, so I'm teaching art to make money. To see, that's again coming back to your question again, like because sometimes, yeah. First of all, your question. The goal would be to do things artistic, to be involved with it, not having too many distractions, and to be able to bring out all the ideas that's like boiling around in my head. Like I've got sketchbook going back to 2000. The work I'm doing now is concept I've made in 2016. I've nearly like 10 years worth of, because physically I'm not able to produce them. So I've got like 6-7 years worth of ideas, sketchbook yet to produce. So ideally I would like to, not have too many distractions and able to produce all of them.